it proper.
No, we've started. Hi, everyone. Okay. Hi, Rufus. Hi, everyone. Okay, with people joining in, we wait for a couple of minutes. While we wait, welcome everyone. We will start with, you can just share a few liners about the country that you're from, 2 lines about yourself. You can introduce yourself while we wait for 2 more minutes and more people can join in. Hi, Thomas, how are you? Everyone can access the chat, I believe. Hi, Adil. Okay, we have Adil from Saudi. Hi, Shahul. Hi, Nada. Hello, everyone. Okay, we have 2 people from the Middle East, 3 people. Hi, Nada. Okay. Hi, Hema. So we have a lot of attendees today. We'll wait for 1 more minute and then we can get started. Hi, Harrison. Hi, Akash. Great. So you can get started. Hi, everyone. Welcome to the pre-program information webinar on the Chief Data Analytics and AI Officer program by the NUS School of Computing. So we will be going through the agenda of the call to understand what we'll be going through, what we'll be covering, and then we can go ahead. So we have our speaker who will be taking us through the program curriculum, the NUS advantage, as well as the market demand, and also most importantly, going through the curriculum of the program so that we can understand the learning outcomes and the target audience. Post which we'll also be focusing on some key highlights, what benefits you would be availing other than the program curriculum itself, the certification, the coveted certification that you'll be getting as part of the program, followed by some Q&A at the end, and an exclusive benefit that we have for participants attending, right? So regarding our speaker, Dr. Charles, again, is the CEO of Solaris Strategies and has been is a very well-respected author across Singapore and is also one of the first recipients in Singapore for the Goldman Sachs Leadership Award. He will be the success coach for the program as well. So over to you, Dr. Charles. Thank you for being here with us.
Thanks, Suresh.
Yep.
Quick intro of myself. I'm one of the Global 100 Professor of the Great Management Consultants with International Council of Managing Consulting Institutes. They have about 68,000 management consultants with them worldwide. I tend to be both a practitioner and academic. I like to think myself as a strategist. I look at the strategy for tri-sector, government, corporate, non-profit, corporate strategy, strategy behind the technology, as well as strategy behind the data. Yeah. So in this course, Chief Data AI Analytics Officer program, I hope to support you in looking out for the business case, yeah, behind data, analytics, as well as AI. Right? That's how I complement the faculty of NUS computing. Concurrently, I also do run as Success Coach Program Leader, the Chief Technology Officer programs for NUS computing, as well as the Chief Strategy Officer program for NUS Business School. Yep. So I'm like kind of the strategy guy, a business value guy in that sense. Yeah. Just a quick one on why NUS computing. NUS is global number 10 for overall university, right? Data science, we are Asia number 1. Computing, actually, we are global number 6, right? And for data science, we're global number 11. Yeah. So what this course allows us to do is actually to look at 3 components: data, which is data analytics, right? As well as AI itself. Yeah. So that gives you a sense. Yeah. But why are we looking and why did we design this course? Next slide. We designed this course obviously because there's market demand. There are tons of titles called Chief Analytics Officer, Chief Data Officer, Chief AI, not so clear cut yet, but AI is a big thing. Everyone is thinking, how can I AI myself, yeah, out of your job so that you can enjoy life to collect money, right? So that's the joke, yeah. I mean, the fact is we do know that the world is moving forward. Big boy tech companies, the trillion-dollar ones, are ahead in the AI space. The larger question is, what is that scope of AI, data and analytics, right? You can almost see it as a continuum, yeah? You got to sort out your data strategy, data architecture. Then you can think about data analytics, data monetization. The more advanced tech companies go and look at how can I use AI to reduce work, yeah? Yet earn big fat revenue, etc. You do see that as a foundation layered approach in that certain sense, right? So here we are trying to design a course that allows C-suite to think across, right? It could be this course could be for aspirational people, right? Or can also be those who are already sitting in the C, right? So we are looking at C-1, occasionally -2, right? So we launched this program to help you look at a few things, really. Data strategy, big word, including the business aspect of it, as well as the technical aspect. Analytics, right? So you will be able to understand, apprise yourself with the technologies, tools, methodologies, mindsets of how to better manage and monetize data as a strategic asset, yeah, within your company. And strategic asset should mean a few things, right? It should bring me more revenue streams, reduce operating expense, or I could even sell information in that certain sense, right? Obviously, these are things that the big tech companies have been doing, but there will be that niche area space to ask ourselves, what is it I could craft that cutting edge advantage, competitive advantage, yeah, for my own company, right? So that to me, it's always a golden question, something we hold dearly, and we hope through our curation of program, weekly assignments, and the Capstone project, which we will share later, allows you to progressively work towards that target that allows us to bring maximal practical relevance to you, as well as tangible business benefits to your workplace, yeah, which will ultimately determine your promotion of sorts, right? Okay, so the blue box gives you the standard, I would say, curriculum details. We're a 32-week course, mostly online, content delivered online. Weekly, you get to meet me or faculty, right? Live faculty sessions or industry speakers. Each of these are meant to deepen your understanding for that week's content or to broaden your horizons, etc. Yeah. Okay, just one line on eligibility. It is a senior executive program course, right? It's not a master's degree, right? So we are not really looking out for a first class honors before you can enroll, etc. We will have many who are industry practitioners, right? We really look at the practitioner credentials rather than academic credentials in admission. Maybe next slide, we can share more. This program, right, is really for seasoned executives. So far, the classes I run, we have double enrollment. Each batch, we normally have 50, but we have been hitting like 100 so far, right? We just launched in March. If you join us, you'll be in the third batch, but already in March and June, we almost have 4 batches worth of alumni to be, right? So that's how hot this course is, right? We really are looking out for senior execs who are kind of keen on one of these 3 things, yeah? Sorting out data, data management, data governance, etc. Secondly, looking at business value and the technological aspects of data strategy, data analytics. And thirdly, those who are dreamers, if they are being authorized, yeah, right, to think about how AI could be useful. So as the title suggests, Chief Data, Chief Analytics, Chief AI Officer program, you can give some sense, yeah. But I want to share a little bit of what is not on the slide. Most of our participants are 20 years or more experience, so mostly 40s and above. APAC MENA, right? They are either C, C-1, occasionally -2, or aspiring towards that. And we try to give them the content and a community of like-minded folks. Different industries, you will have from insurance to finance to retail to pure startup, pharmaceutical, etc., even F&B, food industry. All industries are mostly represented in each of our cohort. What we try to do is to allow us to have deep discussions of, hey, AI, how has it been working or not working in your industry sector, right? From there, we can better understand, right, how to maximize the use cases and be able to customize, right, what can work for you in your company, not just the tech, yeah, but the strategy behind the tech, because the business value has to be the first hurdle you need to cross in order to convince your own company folks, mostly our business people, to invest, whether in the data analytics or the AI itself, yeah. Obviously, the ultimate test is whether it brings in the extra revenue, right? So again, it has to be about the business and tech, business and data nexus that we seek to cover. Therein lies, these are the few things on paper that we seek to cover. I'd like to highlight 3 big things to you. One really is about value generation, right? How being data compliant, being good in data is not really just about compliance, right? If you are doing data protection just for compliance, data risk management, cyber risk just for compliance, you are not maximizing the technology and the business value therein. Really is about having a growth mindset for increasing revenue, a productivity mindset, reducing operating expenses, and ask yourself, how can having good data, data architecture, data management, data governance, etc., allow us to maximize the potential of data? Secondly, really, it's about analytics, right? Through analytics, being able to think about what will bring us additional revenue because we better understand our customers, we're able to get repeated customers or customers buy more, higher price point, etc., right? That's looking externally. Looking internally, how can analytics help our internal ops processes, supply chain, finance, HR, the list goes on, to reduce operating expenses, improving productivity, etc. And for those companies who are in B2B2C platforms, etc., how could I maximize data, right? To the extent that you are the intermediary, that you can even sell data, etc., right? What am I doing? I'm essentially scaffolding what are ways out there, tried and tested, of data monetization, and how you could bring those lessons to your own company, your workplace, right? In order to design something customized to your own workplace and needs, yeah? By workplace, I normally say you can wear 3 personas. One, my own company, because the chief data, chief AI, chief analytics officer is vacant. You can create it. Having a great capstone plan tells your boss that you are ready, you have a credible plan, not just credible in technological data terms, but in business value terms. Yeah. Second persona could be, there's a chief data there, and there's no way I can climb up in the next 2 to 3 years. The only way is that other company, yeah, that's hiring, right? Being able to wear that hat and look through our syllabus itself allows you to say, oh, in an interview, this is how I could help you monetize data and bring that big fat revenue in. Please offer me a chief data, chief AI, chief analytics officer role. And finally, you as a potential startup, etc. I'm sharing this because the way we curated our content here, the assignments as well as the capstone project are designed to maximize practical relevance, yeah, of our program for your own career. And I will be happy to say this. It has not happened yet in Chief Data because we are started in March, yeah? First batch have not graduated, but I can say confidently for the Chief Technology, which we are in the 8th batch soon, Chief Strategy, we are in the 10th batch soon. Many have graduated, and in the 10-month program, quite a few actually get promoted within the 10 month. And why did that happen? Because our assignments are very practically driven. We always ask you, whatever you have learned, how can you bring it back to your workplace? And the capstones allows all of you to string it up in a very practical manner. That should be the deck that you use to brief your CEO, your chairman, the current one or the prospective one, or your VC investors to gun down the first pot of gold. Yeah. So that's how I think our formula, right? Our formula has been proven quite useful, and we hope to replicate this, right, in the Chief Data Analytics and AI Officer program. Okay, before I kind of wrapped up, I requested to share the curriculum to give you a sense of what we'll be covering, right? I would say that NUS, our current curriculum design is unique in a few ways. One, we don't just give you academic stuff. We also give you academic plus practitioner. You will realize some of your lecturers are pure practitioners, the CIOs, decades of experience type, to show you not just what works on paper, but what works in practice. So we have a good blend of theorists and practitioner in our faculty per se, and that influences the way the modules are delivered as well, yeah? They won't be like tons of reading 20 references, write me an essay with 15 references type. No, that's not the point. The point really is about, right, giving you cutting edge mindsets, etc. What has been done outside, something very relevant, and then you try to apply what are things you could apply to your own workplace, right? And then let's discuss things during my sessions or faculty webinars, etc. Pass us the tough questions on not the theoretical ones, but how do I apply to my workplace type? And then most of the time we will spend at least half time to suss out the gems of wisdom from your peers. Yeah, think about it. Most of your classmates would be 20 years or more experience, right? Everyone has something to share. So as your coach, I'll be happy to facilitate those discussions so that everyone learns from each other. We crystallize the best lessons learned, right? And after that, I kind of synthesized it, right, together in class, and then offer a little bit more enrichment materials, etc. And then from there, we close the learning loop. Yeah. So that's typically how we run our sessions. I'll give you a sense of the various pillars we have, and you can understand how we curated this Chief Data Analytics and AI Officer program. First one, each one is actually one bite size, yeah? If you go for a outside course, etc., it's easily probably like a 3-4 day, right? We do condense certain things for you, but we also want to give you exposure horizontally because you are C-suite or going to be C-suite, yeah? your staff will likely be going vertical per se. For example, data governance and strategy will give you a bird's eye view. If you want, there will definitely be top-up courses where you spend 3-4 days drilling in deep down, right? You have staff who is drilling into different aspects of data governance, data protection, etc. Okay, right? So all these are to give you a quick and fast overview from a C perspective so that you know enough, right, of the biz and tech, biz and data nexus, enough to work with your folks who are vertical people. Okay, then looking at data engineering, data and monetization, visualization, that gives you a big picture view of data management. Then we go into the analytics part. Yeah, think about it. From pillar 2, you are realizing that there are various ways to analyze analytics. We bring out a few key ones, like for example, 8 is on finance. Yep. And then 6 is on marketing, right? You can think about HR, finance, marketing, operations, supply chain. All these are ways, yeah. Customer analytics, CX, etc. All these are ways to think about it, right? There are also always, you realize, module 5 and module 9 and 10 and 7 tend to be the nexus between the business side and the tech data side. Yeah, and that's also another way, another unique feature of us. We are not teaching you tech for tech's sake, data for data's sake. We're a computing school trying to push the boundary to look at both the computing aspects and the business aspect. Why? Because practically the tech folks, aka you, need to be able to speak business language to your customers and to your internal bosses. Yeah, that's how you can win the conversation to whether do digital transformation or data transformation or AI transformation in your organizations. Yeah. Okay, pillar 3, emerging tech, that whole suite of emerging tech, right? I can't guarantee you the curriculum will stay like that 3 years later. I bet this pillar 3 will be updated along the way as new stuff come along, okay? But you more or less get that sense, yeah? All the exciting tech stuff, we will give you a C-level understanding so that you can know enough to think and dream about for your organization. Next slide. Yeah, pillar 4 and 5, really it's about the risk management, cyber, etc. I would call ancillary issues, as well as the leadership change management aspects, right? That helps you think about, it's not about the tech or the data, right? That's also about the processes, systems, right? Culture, people, okay? And at the end of the day, you're a C. The difference between a C and a non-C is C still need to manage people in one way or the other, right? Therein lies importance of pillar 5, yeah? I shared a little bit about Capstone. I can share more later when you guys join in, right? That's our unique feature per se, right? We hope and we aim for this Capstone to be the deck of slides, yeah, that you can use to actually brief bosses to secure that promotion and all. The real success of your course is not whether you pass the course, not whether Charles Brown grade you pass, but whether you succeed in your career. Okay, or everything we're doing is towards that end. Okay, that to me is the biggest fruit, yeah, of our program. Okay, the program highlights. I don't want to belabor too much. Essentially, you will be seeing me most of the time, plus a good I would say 6 weeks, yeah, when you meet no, I think it's almost 6 to 8 weeks where you meet various faculty, right, and industry speakers as well. I would say the first half you get to see me more because we are covering the business to data nexus. When you start going to all the more technical, exciting stuff, the tech stuff, the faculty comes in a little bit more, right? And then we consolidate through our capstone, right, to consolidate our learning and all, right? The most important one, I think, is the top right one. After the course, everyone is eligible to apply for associate alumni status with NUS. That brings certain benefits like email address, access to library, etc. Okay, but we will hit it. We will share more when we hit that juncture. Yeah, but to me the key is really practitioner academic treatment of this topic: business plus tech and data, fusing the best of both sides, giving you curated content, yet having live sessions, whether with faculty or me, that is focused on maximizing, right, peer learning across, to not just look at how this can work for my sector, what has worked for other sectors, etc. Give you that support structure so that you can think about how to apply and customize cutting edge topics to your workplace. What are cutting edge? Data monetization is cutting edge. No one has a clear-cut answer. There are some use cases, but not all yet. What this means is you want your organization to be the first, hopefully in your sector, to be able to monetize data, to be able to use AI for specific revenue increasing, reduce operating expense, whatever type of benefits per se, right? So the plus point of our course is we are so cutting edge that sometimes, right, it's not very clear what others are doing, and that's where the fun is. And that's where having right people in the class allows us to be closer to understanding what can work in our organization, yeah? Versus other programs that just download content to you and you go think for yourself. Okay, cool. Okay, let's move on. Right, that's how the certificate looks like, right? I guess the real thing is the Emeritus, the NUS and Emeritus logo. Okay, NUS, it's a reputable school, global top 10, and computing is number 6 worldwide. Yeah, so that's what you are looking out for, the association with NUS. Next slide. Over to you, Suresh. Oh, you're muted.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. So thank you, Dr. Charles, for taking us through. So in terms of Emeritus, we were recently named the world's #1 edtech company, according to the Time magazine, right? And we partner with the best universities across the globe to deliver their programs to a global workforce audience, right? And we've served over 250,000 learners across and collaborated on CXO programs and other certificate courses, right? So we move on to the most important part of the presentation, being the Q&A, right? So the Q&A window would be open for everyone to chat in their questions. And me and Dr. Charles, in terms of the curriculum and the delivery and everything, will be answered by Dr. Charles. He'll be helping you through his own experience with practicing professionals across all the batches earlier. And in terms of the application and the program details, I will be helping you through as well. So you can start with your questions. Adil has raised his hand.
Yeah, their questions is through the Q&A chat board or they just turn on their mic and talk?
No, you can use the Q&A tab.
Okay. Or they can just talk in the webinar? Chat?
Yeah, that should also be possible. I will allow Adil to take and have a chat. Hi, Adil, you can unmute and speak.
Yeah, let's make it more interactive.
Yes,
Let
definitely.
them talk, yeah. Adil, please.
Hi everyone. Hi, are you listening?
Yes.
Yes, basically, the main purpose for me to enroll in this program or to look at or explore this program, because from my background, I'm a professional banker, functional side, not a technical side. I've always been a banker. But now I'm looking for some opportunity so that I can go into the next orbit of my career in terms of advancement. Currently, I'm based in Saudi Arabia, and I have been always with a banker. So this is, I'm just wondering how this program, because as in the presentation, it's mentioned that, of course, at the end of the day, we have to grow our career. So that is the most important aspect for me, that, okay, I'll be investing my time, my energy, my, investment money. All these things should translate something that I could attain my career goal. That is the most important aspect.
Okay. Let me answer you in a few ways, yeah? One, this course is designed for both pure business people functional in your case, as well as pure tech people, all will have something to learn, right? Somewhere in between, business people will get to learn more tech. Tech people get to do the refresher of the tech and understand the business aspects of the tech and the data. So that's one. Secondly, this course is designed from a framework practitioner perspective, right? In that sense that we don't favor any industry sector. When we look at AI or Gen AI per se, right? We'll be asking ourselves, this is how it works. And we'll be asking ourselves in class, how can we have use cases in our sector? Then the banking people will be saying, I've been using this business. Anyway, for bankers, AI been used, one of the earlier ones to use it. Very simple. Any sector that has tons of data and tons of problems that you want to root or prevent certain things, you will likely be incentivized to use AI first, yeah, in that certain sense, right? What are industry sectors that are slightly slower, you know, those like mining type, where whether there's AI or not, I can't even collect data per se, unless IoT, etc. You see variations across industry. So my point is, any industry folks, as long as you're keen on one of these things, data analytics or AI, right? I think this course is useful for you. Whether you are geography, frankly, geography don't quite matter, but if you're in US time zone, maybe a little bit hard lah. That's the only thing I can say. But actually, my CTO first batch, I have a Tata Consulting, right? She logs in like 1 a.m. for class, okay? Right? Some people just do it for lifelong learning, right? So to each his own. When we normally say we cater for MENA, APAC, right? A little bit more towards GMT, right? So GMT 0 all the way to Australia time zone is probably the time zone that we hope to cater for, right? So that's what I'll just stop there, yeah. Hope it answers, Adil, your question.
Yes, Adil.
Yes, thank you very much for your detailed information on that. On a separate note, I have never accustomed this online learning platform like in my age group. I have never, and always been a learning in person. Maybe 3 days learning, 5 days learning. It's always in person. So how this new methodology after COVID, that online learning will translate into, and how cohesive this learning would be, and what are the networking opportunities, how we are going to meet and engage with our participants in the cohort, and what was the previous experience of your previous cohorts, and is this the first batch, second batch, or third batch, and what was the previous experiences? If you could share those things with us, that would be great.
Yeah, that'll be good. Thanks, Adil, for the question. I saw Ghana and Priyanka's question. I'll come to you first. Let me just answer Adil's question. Yeah. So technically September, you guys, if you join us, you'll be the third batch, but each batch is a bumper crop, right? So as far as alumni count is concerned, each batch is like double. So technically you will be my 200 to 300 kind of alumni, yeah, right? So technically it's almost as big as my CTO, even though CTO started much earlier, because each batch is about 50 for those. For you, each quarter batch, it's 100. Okay, so that's one. And we do have APAC MENA. So after a while, the MENA folks across the badges come together, they form their own WhatsApp group, etc. Right? Either Dubai or Saudi type, yeah, they find their ways to network, etc. We do have quarterly gatherings for those closer. We do it at NUS, because free venue, free food. NUS is very generous when it comes to cohesion, etc. I would just say that we are organizing one the end of the month, and we have like 80 people. Right, so we booked the basketball court, the indoor one, something like that. No, we booked the nice lounge, yeah, open it up, etc., and then we just network across, yeah. So yes, predominantly online. Adil, don't feel constrained. Actually, since COVID, online learning has become the norm and has proven to be as effective, if not more, right? And online has a few, and you realize a lot of top universities and all run, sometimes independently, but Emeritus managed to first mover advantage, grab all the big brands, right? And we are the big brand. NUS is the big brand in APAC side, right? And what online has proven so far is the fact that all top universities work with Emeritus tells you something, yeah? And Suresh talked about Emeritus being #1 for EdTech. I mean, #1 because I think it's the experience that they give the learners, right? And the kind of post-course benefits in terms of what helped them in their careers, etc. So there's a good testament of efficacy of the model that we have. I meant the teaching model, yeah, that we have with EdTech. The delta will be, if you're in an in-person course, you're forced to squeeze everything in 5 days. Normally it's back to back. Whichever B school you go, sometimes they make you do homework at night. Right? They just Google all the top B schools, advanced management program or general management program. You tend to work very, very hard, right? The difference in EdTech is we spread that almost 3-4 weeks. Think about it, right? It's almost like every day you're working on one topic. 30 plus days of curriculum, I spread it over 30 weeks. So we give you 1 day of content, but over a week, you can do asynchronous, aka you find your own time, watch the videos, do the homework, do the thinking, etc. The synchronized sessions are where you meet faculty, extra speakers, and myself. You can give us all the tough questions the way you would do in a face-to-face class. But the difference is you don't need to be spend time flying in and out many, many times. You get to have that high quality interaction with the right kind of coach / faculty, etc. Right? So that quality of learning is there without the flying and spending time getting stuck in traffic type of issues that you normally run in a in-person type. Yeah. And think about it, if most of our people are 20 years or more experience, think about it from a B school perspective, yeah? Where are we? B school, before you work, sometimes people do masters. They call it pre-experienced masters. MBA tend to be for people 30 plus minus. EMBA, executive MBA tend to be 35 plus minus. General management program tend to be 40 plus minus. Advanced management program tend to be like CEO level already, 45, 50 type, etc. So the fact that bulk of our folks are like 20 years or more experience, I mean almost 50 to 60%, yeah, tend to be 40 and above, right? You're actually in the general management program range. And what we can do is to offer you convenience of that quality and depth of instruction from your workplace, from your home, right? And in addition, actually, you have multi-batches of networking, right? Whether is it through WhatsApp or if you happen to fly in, right, during our networking sessions, etc., right? Or Mina and all, they will have their own gatherings. I'm normally in the CC loop, lah, right? But they were self-organized. I mean, that's the plus point of running senior exec programs. Everyone is self-organized, yeah? So that's, okay. So that's my response to you, Adil. I hope I answered all the questions. Did I miss anything? Is Adil able to?
I'm not really sure. I don't think he's allowed to talk. So I believe it was clear. We can
Okay,
have
cool.
the other questions.
Let me just move on. Yeah, Ghana. Thanks for your question. Ghana's question is prerequisite, recommended knowledge, etc. The only requirement is you are in a C, C-1, C-2 position. Having that practitioner experience matters more to us because we want to ensure everyone is of almost same standard in terms of industry experience. Knowledge experience-wise, as I shared, yeah, you could be super business guy, never touch tech or data, but you want to be exploring how data, analytics, or AI could be useful for your company. That's one persona. Secondly, you could be doing one slice of tech your entire life, and you aspire upwards to be the C, chief data, chief analytics, or chief AI, etc. Those are perfectly fine too. You'll be very strong in one part of the tech or the data, right? But there are other parts of the tech or the data that our course can offer you. Making sense here? Right? Both of which are fine. Pure business folks, pure tech folks. Either way, we have something for you. If you look through the curriculum I shared just now, ask yourself, right? If you know 100% of the curriculum, please don't come. Unless you want the NUS cert only, yeah? But there are people who just want the kind of associate alumni kind of status, etc. Been there, done that type. Perfectly, our doors are open, right? You should look at the curriculum. You should be comfortable with maybe 20, 30%, right? Or maybe 50%. But the remaining 30 to 60% are something new for you, right? That's why we design it in a middle way. For someone pure business, to do something fully tech, it may be very daunting. For someone pure tech and pure data, to do something fully business may be equally daunting. So we kind of design a middle way option so that at least you know 30 to 50% of the stuff and you don't know another 30 to 60% of the stuff. I think that's a very good 30 to 70, 80% of the stuff. That's a very good fit of the course for you. Okay, hope Ghana answer your question. You can type follow-on questions if needed. Yeah. Priyanka, Gen AI, I think we have 2 or 3 built up kind of weeks of content towards Gen AI, but we would like to emphasize that we are looking at a C program, right? We want you to know enough of Gen AI to work with Gen AI specialists. The key is a C program, right? We look at the horizontal layer so that you are comfortable enough with the vocabulary and the basis behind how Gen AI works, etc., to be able to work comfortably with staff teams here. It's a leadership course, yeah? But by all means, if you are very interested in Gen AI, please feel free to go on top-up courses where you go into the nitty-gritty, very technical details of Gen AI as well. Okay. Right, let's see. What other questions have I got? I'm looking at a Q&A. 2 more questions, maybe. This course includes business perspective. Is it valid to say this course even includes intensive knowledge of programming language? Okay, I would say we give you a C-level understanding of machine learning, deep learning, Gen AI, etc. Right? You will know enough, right? But you won't be drilling in to actually do programming, etc. But you will know enough to see of the many stuff, what are things you want to do follow-on courses for. Remember, we're not a vertical course, yeah? We are a horizontal course, right? At the C level, technically you should know enough, but you should not be doing the programming yourself, yeah? But you need to know enough so that when people try to smoke you, you understand, right? When you tell you it's not possible, etc., right? At least you know your concepts of deep learning, right? Reinforcement, etc. Be able to challenge them, etc. Okay, so that's the vocab that we peg ourselves at, yeah. Okay, data engineer, I'm answering Asif's question. Yes, we will cover a bit of a refresher in our module 2 on data engineering, ETL, ELT, reverse ETL, right? EITL, etc. Right? More for a broad picture awareness course, right? I think that's the important part. Data science itself, we will cover, right? Data science basics all the way to AI ML because it grows from there, right? So we need to share with you enough for you to reflect enough, right? So that you could play a management role per se. But I would say if you are a pure data engineer yourself, right? You will find the concepts more a refresher, right? But what we will benefit will be the other aspects of the course, right? The analytics side of the house, the other emerging tech, the governance, etc. that makes you higher than a data engineer. Making sense here? So to me, it's always, you need to ask yourself, where are you now, where you aspire to be, and how this course can help you, the broad range of competencies that is needed at the C level so that you can shine. And along the way, you will realize there are certain interest areas you want to learn more. Okay. And that's where you can go for additional top-up courses, etc. which also your after graduation, you'll be entitled for discount, yeah, when you go for NUS executive education courses and so on. Okay, let's see. I'm answering Ani's question. Career outcomes, experience, particularly transitioning from IT management role. I cannot tell you for Chief Data Officer program, but I can tell you from CTO program, yeah. A simple reason, because my March batch, we are midterm. They are working on their capstone now. Okay, they have not technically graduated yet, so I can't tell for sure. But I have the fair point is I have your I have people like our local biggest insurance CTO is with us, right? A government stat board CIO is with us. So those are the caliber of learners that we have. Your Amazon, Oracle, Microsoft, Facebook, Amazon, right? Google, Apple, they are C-1, -2, well represented. I have quite a lot of bankers. I don't know why. Bankers, finance folks, fintech folks, etc. Right? Various other industries as well, right? All represented at the CC-1, 2 type of level. Yeah. Right. So I would say that the only thing I can confidently say is the way we curate our programs, including the capstone, has proven to be useful in terms of shaping career outcomes for our learners/graduate. I'm saying this after running 8 batch of chief strategy and 6 batch of 6-7 batch of chief technology officer programs, right? Because of the way we curate and we force them to wear one hat. Stay in own company, brief your boss and chairman, jump to a next company and gun down that C position, or become your own boss and gun down that funding for your startup, right? Whether it's funding from a mothership big company or from VC investors, etc. Yeah, so that strategy has proven to be quite useful. Okay, so that's, I think, something I can confidently say without blowing trumpet too much. Yeah. Okay, let's go. Asif, is it a master program? Oh, how about secondary recognition and GCC? I don't know the pegging. As far as I'm concerned, this is a certificate program, but a very unique senior exec program curated, designed, curated by NUS with Emeritus, right? The certificate itself, you get one from Emeritus, you get one from NUS, and the NUS one is the one that unlocks your eligibility to get associate alumni status, yeah? I don't think it's a master's program per se. And master's program tend to be, we call pre-experience. Tons of homework, you must tell me right answers, you must write theses, etc. Right? That is not something that is very, very practically useful, right? For very senior execs like yourself. Okay. Those are for people who have a lot of time in their 20s, etc. Yeah. With zero knowledge, therefore you got to do more hard work. You guys are more experienced in your brain. You need to crystallize it, protected space, yet you need a little bit more vocab and frameworks to start planning next mile for your company, for yourself, etc. Right? That's what we do at senior exec programs. Yeah. Not about whether you wrote the right answer, you're able to memorize whatever. That's not the, and not the, can you do this programming language? Those are things that your staff do. All right. You are the boss, right? We want to train you to be the boss at the C level. Okay. Certificate recognition in GCC foreign countries, I don't know, but I can only say NUS is #1 in Asia, top 10 in the world, and global #6 for computing, and global #11 for data science. Okay, those are things that I can openly say, and I think GCC foreign countries would probably recognize that as well. Yeah, we do have MENA folks and institutions knocking on NUS's door as well for collaboration, etc. So I think NUS brand is well recognized as global #10 in the MENA region. Let's see. I can also say that because I'm also in a board of directors, I'm a senior accredited director with Singapore Institute of Directors, and I also am cross-tagged to the GCC Board of Directors Institute. And when we talk about, when we share NUS, etc., they all know, yeah. So I think there is some market resonance, yeah, of NUS, at least in the GCC Board of Directors Association in institute where I'm in as well. Yeah, so I do some board duties in UK, Swiss, Australia, Asia as well as MENA. Okay. Jensen, thank you very much for difference with this and CTO. I'd like to share three things, right? And that's my expertise area. I look at corporate strategy all the way to blue ocean, right? That's what I do with Chief Strategy Officer. When we come to CTO, we look at what is your digital business strategy driving your digital transformation strategy. So it's the strategy behind the tech, right? Strategy equals business value, equals customers, equals increased revenue, equals answering the business question to your boss so that your boss agree to invest in the digital tech. Make sense? When you come to CDO, chief data, etc., it becomes a data strategy driving data analytics and data monetization strategy in a certain sense. Okay, so you realize actually these three things that I teach are actually a continuum by itself. Yeah, corporate strategy will drive digital business strategy that drives digital transformation. Digital transformation is the first layer you need before you can do data strategy. And once you have enough data management, etc., enough clean data, you can do analytics. With good analytics, you have hopefully monetized it in various ways, for example, right? So the last three parts, data, analytics, monetization, etc., are key focus area of Chief Data, Analytics and AI Officer program. Digital business strategy and digital transformation is the focus area of CTO program. So there's a difference. Okay, Rufus, what's your experience so far as far as adoption of AI is concerned in Africa? I don't want to overstep my boundary. I'm not an African expert. I like to say I'm a strategy behind the tech and data expert. You throw me problems, I will find insights very quickly. But industry, content sector, etc., you guys, the learners, are the experts. And that's why I enjoy taking this level of learners, because I also learn from you. Okay, so I don't overstep my boundary, but I don't think I can say is it's a fair comment, validated by both professors as well as practitioners, is the fact that AI, a lot of talk, only very, very big boys manage to do it well, and do it profitably. The AI use cases are uneven across various industries and countries. Okay, so if you think about it, the corporates are uneven and favor the bigger boys. Logical thinking wise would be, where are the big corporates who manage to do it well? And we probably know those few countries. Who are the rest? The rest are probably still trying to catch up, trying to think about, should I digitally transform myself? Should I do my data transformation? Right? Should I do analytics? Then you realize when these three steps are done, then I can think about AI adoption. Yeah. Right? You can't jump directly in a certain sense without having the data layer and all sorted out, etc. Yeah. So I hope I cannot answer you directly. I can't say yes or no, right? But I can say in general, right? The AI adoption is uneven, and therein lies also your company in your sector or in your country could be the one to carry the flag and be the first AI use case in that sector or that market, right? So I see a lot more potential that way, right? And I like to think about it from a pure corporate strategy, competitive advantage perspective. If everyone is doing it and you are doing it, you are just following behind the curve, right? It ain't gonna give you big fat profits because everyone is doing it already, right? It's only best that you are the first to do it, yeah? So thanks, Rufus. Look forward to break barriers together here. Cool. Anonymous attendee, I've got no sense of AI adoption in AI, but I don't think AI in Australia is too remote, not far away. I see Australia in the realms of your UK, US, Europe type, yeah, right? China type, right? Where AI, it's known, whether very big companies manage to do it, etc. I mean, I can say for sure the $1 trillion ones, yeah, and we know the usual suspects, yeah, right? They are great at AI, and it's also a case of they're great at AI. They're so far ahead. They're happy to publicize that they are good at it. There might be next 2 tiers, right, that are good at it, but for competitive advantage purposes, they're not publicizing it until they are so far ahead of their competitors. Okay, so that's something to take note. The tools or the way of thinking, etc., I think it's out there. The application to various sectors, etc., right, is not evenly clear, but there are very obvious ones who have done well. From there, we can extrapolate, right? And that to me is what makes our course CDIO unique, yeah, versus others, because we are literally moving target. Okay, and together our brains may allow you, right, our sharing in class and all may allow you to have your eureka moment for your company, for your industry sector, for your market. Yeah. Okay. I hope I answered sufficiently. Any more questions? We have like 3 minutes left.
Oh, Adil has raised his hand. I believe he couldn't talk earlier. I have
Cool. Where is he?
asked him to unmute. Yes.
No, as in I'm still at the Q&A, right?
Yes, yes. Yeah.
Tech infrastructure needed to join certain software license. No, you just need an email address, access to Canvas, which the once you sign up, the program will give you that thing. Yeah. We don't have programming. It's not a programming course. You don't need to be paying extra stuff. You probably need PDF reader. That's about it. Yeah. So we can share useful stuff with you. Yeah. Right. Otherwise, computer, your time, your commitment, those are key, and willingness to run with us, share your views, learn from each other, right? And let's crack the brain together and make sure all of us strive well in our own careers. That to me is the intangible and most important part of the course.
Okay.
Shall we get Adil to share his question?
Yes, I'm here.
Fresh?
Are you listening?
Yes, please come, Adil.
Yes, yes. Basically, few questions. Number one, how many participants you are looking for this cohort? Number two, what will be the timing? Because I am based in Saudi Arabia, so it's very important for me. And what on which date? On which day of the week it's gonna be starting on? On a weekly basis. Number four, all the classes are live, or it is just like video lectures recorded, and we'll just learn it from those video lectures.
Okay. I'll give
And
you a
one more
sense
thing.
of a typical week. Okay. Then
One
you
more
have,
thing.
yeah.
One more thing. Also, in terms of alumni status, you mentioned associate alumni status. So, are we like as good as NUS alumni, or we have a second tier status of alumni?
I think all exec programs tend to be associate alumni. It's almost common across all universities, right? As far as benefits are concerned, really, I don't see much big difference. You get the email address as
Okay.
alumni. You get the library access,
Uh-huh.
e-library as well, and NUS library really not bad, right? So those key benefits that you get is no different from the full alumni. Full alumni is just degree lah, basically. Most universities are that, yeah. You have to do a PhD, a master's, or a bachelor's in order to get the full alumni thing. But after a while, you realize not much difference. Why? Because they realize that in order to get senior people can't afford a, yeah, right? So the only way to grab more senior people like you guys into the NUS alumni is this thing called the associate alumni, etc. Through shorter programs that cater to your time preference. Yeah. And probably that's where I should talk about your first question. A typical week looks like this. We will release the content maybe about week one, assuming week one, right? Wednesday, Tuesday, we release the content, right? You get to read, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Week two, 1 week later, Tuesday, Wednesday, you submit. Okay. In between, you have 1 week basically to read the watch the videos, do the assignments, etc. Okay. Then after that, week two, that Saturday or Sunday, right? We will have a 1 hour, 1.5 hour slot. Yeah. Right. In between, you may have some questions. You park it in the discussion board, right? And then that Saturday or Sunday, where I have your 90-minute session with you, I will look through the discussion board and answer all questions, right? And there are certain questions that are big, that merits a class discussion, a little bit like, hey, how should I use let's say ops analytics, yeah, for my industry, you know, I'm in a weird industry called mining, for example. Okay, I want to hear less best practices from other sectors, etc., so that I can get inspiration, etc. Okay, let's have a class discussion, etc. So in the 90 minutes, I normally spend half time going through discussion boards, either answering questions directly or holding class discussion to squeeze wisdom out from the peers. The remaining time I will use to synthesize the lessons from the sharing, as well as share with you extra reading materials, right? To kind of close the learning loop per se. Okay. You will ask me, is class compulsory? I would say no. You can perfectly pass the course without attending Charles Pra's weekend sessions. I have no ego to that. The only thing you need to do is make sure you submit homework, yeah? Okay. And I will also say that, is it very tough? I normally say this when you are in, but because I cannot I need to uphold certain standards. But I always say I'm a very friendly coach. Yeah, friendly means deadlines. I'm quite flexible. I'm not supposed to say this, right? But the real deadline is week 33, right? In between, you can lapse a little bit, etc. It's perfectly fine. Why? Very simple. I know you guys. Some of you are CC. Most of you are CC -1, 2. You manage your own time. There are times where you're back to back, you can't breathe. There are times you have 3 weeks doing nothing. You catch up on your own. Okay? So as long as you are able to log your question in the discussion board, even if you're not in the session, I will answer it. You watch the Zoom live recording after that. Any files I share during my sessions will be saved there. You just download, etc. So no difference, right? Why we decided and why this learning format is great, precisely because C are very busy. Okay, to get you for 6 weeks back to back, almost impossible, right? Etc. Right? So we're trying to make this learning format useful for you so that you can do this course and you enjoy and you do another few courses with us, etc., with more discounts, etc. That's what has been happening. Right? I have people doing chief strategy, then come to chief data. I have people doing chief technology, then after that they like it, they come for chief data. I've yet for people to finish chief data and do CTO or CSO, etc. Right, but those are things that we broadly encourage if they find this learning format works for them. Okay, it has worked for many. I hope Adil, you'll find it useful as well. Yep. I think I answered his question, right? Anything else I missed?
Yes. We're done with the question. I believe there is one more question in the Q&A.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
It will be more useful that are already in AI. Is this program will be more useful that are already in AI? I'm trying to understand.
Yep.
What is the question about? Wait.
Yep. If you can.
Program will be more useful that are already is this program useful for people in the AI trade? Is it?
Yep.
I think that the AI people who are already doing AI, I think you will find the AI part a refresher, but the business value behind AI, hopefully it refresh you or enhance your understanding. AI by right writes on analytics, writes on data, but our curated content allows you to look at what gaps you may have. And perhaps your AI was focused on ops internal stuff, but you have not explored AI for customer, right? Increased revenue, etc. So by scaffolding things in frameworks, etc., we get to see better. When you try to apply it, you will probably have a better sense of what are the next steps, yeah, for you in your AI trade. Yeah. Okay. Any more questions?
One thing that I wanted to add to Adil's question, which Dr. Charles answered, is that for the current batch, the success code sessions with Dr. Charles would be in 2 slots. One would be on Saturday at 4 p.m. and the second slot would be 5:30 p.m. in Singapore time zones. So in UAE, I believe if you're based out of UAE, you're 4 hours behind. So that will be around 12 p.m. for you, or either 1:30 p.m. So it's not going to be in odd hours, and it is going to be in the weekend. So we will end the Q&A session and we'll go to the exclusive benefit that a lot of people here are excited about. So for participants attending, the webinar will be benefited with an exclusive tuition fee waiver on the program, right? as long as you apply within the next 48 hours. So we've also, our team has pasted the email and the number on the chat that you can use to reach out to us for availing the webinar exclusive discount. And you can use this benefit to apply within the 48 hours and avail that, since we have limited seats again. So we will be looking at that. So that takes us to the end of the session. Thank you, everyone, for joining in.
Suresh, 2 quick questions.
Okay. Great.
Technically, there's no basic requirement, right? But you need to have industry experience, okay? We don't take like fresh undergrad. We don't take fresh grads, okay? Right? Most of the folks have industry experience. I would say 5-10 years is the minority, very rare. But if you did big stuff in your 5 years or 10 years, there's always a reason why we are happy to have you in, right? We just don't want you to feel out of place a little bit, yeah, right? As long as you're able to prove your breadth, right, and you are at the C level, etc. For all you know, you could be the future Mark Zuckerbergs in their 28, maybe joining us. I don't know. Now still a startup CTO, etc. Okay, so there's a slightly more comprehensive calculus, yeah, in determining prerequisite. So I guess the simple way is, if you're interested, please respond to Suresh's there's an email address, right? Are you blasting it out, Suresh?
Yes. We have pasted it in the chat, like I mentioned. So
Correct.
all of you can avail the benefit there. So you can either WhatsApp us on that number or email us. We will be helping you with the application. And the
Right.
application links are also given, so you can start with that as well.
Yeah. So to answer the question, if you are interested, just drop Sanika an email, and then whether you're eligible, etc., prerequisites, etc., don't worry too much about it. They will ask you the relevant questions. Okay. We will also help to, from through there, be able to better determine your fit for the program. And maybe it's not this program, maybe it's the other program or whatever. Let that conversation start, right? We don't, I can only say we don't reject people because they don't have a degree. Okay? We take people who are that caliber, and the yardstick is more industry experience than academic credentials. Okay, so because we want to ensure we curate the right community of people so that we all maximize practical relevance and learning for everyone.
Yep. Thank you, Dr. Charles. Thank you, everyone, for joining in. Thank you for taking us through the program once again, Dr. Charles. Have a good evening, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you. Cheers. Bye-bye.
Thank you.